recording, streaming. Boom. All right. Looks like I'm up and running now. Good. Get that out of the way. All right. So, welcome back. This is my fourth attempt at Zone 2, I believe. I believe it's my fourth attempt.
I'll keep trying till I get it right. Hi, Plant.
You have to visit plant every time. It's a legal requirement. So, this is where I'm sitting with everything. I do have my tech multiplier maxed out. That's the only one I've got so far, although I'm getting close with a couple of them. I've got a handful of my superior items maxed out, I think. 2 of them. Oh, maybe just one. Just one maxed out. All right. And what do we got over here? Not a whole lot going on over on any of this stuff. But I wonder if that went across. I might have to shut Discord off.
Remember, deep breaths.
Oh, right.
Right.
I can't breathe. Poor guy's still adjusting to the fact that he's just a brain in a jar. Spoilers if you haven't finished Zone 1. Alright. Yeah, it looks like it's nothing but your standard repair bots. I mean, these are the advanced ones that actually have like evasion and shit. Alright, let's see here. God damn, my accuracy's gone to shit all of a sudden. Alrighty. What do we have here that's fun today? Got the HR6C Juggernaut, which is an LMG. And if I remember correctly, where did I put that on my list? Oh yeah, that's I have it on in my B tier. Not good, not bad. It's it's got a slower rate of fire than the Tempest and longer reload times. Tempest is my personal favorite. It's here. Then we have the M18 or MP18L Revenant. That is a DMR slash sniper rifle. Uh, it's really good for. It does decent DPS without any extra perks, and it's good for like medium to long range. The problem is you don't get a whole lot of medium to long range encounters. Like you literally saw me shooting across the map just a moment ago with my pistol with reasonable accuracy. Let's see here. Then you got the AR-70 Vanguard. The AR-70 Vanguard it's a C tier. It's an assault rifle. It's got a high rate of fire, which is good if you're like going for elemental or crit builds. But it's got relatively low damage and it's got a small magazine. Then add to that it's an uncommon with no elemental buffs versus the HR-6C Juggernaut, which has a fire buff to it. It's kind of a no-brainer. Alright, so we got cryo spiders, emotional support barrel. Lots of emotional support barrels. Do we have anything that needs them? I'm not seeing anything. No logs. Nothing. The scariest thing in here is the cryo spiders. Oh, hey. A log. At Big Boss CEO, I saved Earth. We're going to Mars. More soon. Sure, Elon Musk stand-in. Sure you did. Alright, so the question is where do I want to start from? There aren't really any real pockets where you're not going to be spotted by anybody else. And maybe here. Why aren't you clicking? Oh, because you're caught on my keyboard. The way my keyboard and mouse are set up, if I scroll a little bit too close to the mouse, or if I scroll a little bit too close to the keyboard, the mouse gets stuck on. Yeah, same thing. Same thing. Ooh, an axe. I love the axe. The knife is faster, but the axe just does so much more damage. Oh, there you are. So do I want to take an emotional support barrel with me? Emotional support barrel for the win. Alright, so all rare items, you got the credit slate, which is plus 50% scrap dropped. Utility belt, minus 20% grenade cooldown. Rubber band, minus 40% spread while hip firing. We're going to do credit slate. This is a good early round to pick that up in. Oh shit. Oh well. Alright, so then we got these little guys right here. They have to be meleeed. We're going to move that right there and make it easier to hit. Because these guys are basically living spawn points. But they have to be meleeed or AoE'd. They can't be shot. Is that all of them? Alright, so everybody else is just your standard repair droid. No. That's a no. Where are you? The PR-20X Pulsar. The PR-20X Pulsar is... Where did I put that on my list? That's an A tier. It's a solid assault rifle. Decent damage, decent rate of fire. If you're a crit build kind of guy, that's the type of weapon you might like. Alright, the Tritech 3SB. Tritech 3SB is a... Where did I see it? B tier. Probably my favorite of the pistols. It's not my favorite secondary weapon, but it's my favorite pistol. It's got a large magazine and it's got burst fire. It's kind of shitty at range though, and the DPS is relatively low. But it's a lot better than the PDS Plex one, which is a D tier, which is one I started out with. The PDS Plex one has good a good weak point modifier, but that's it. Literally everything else about it is unsustainable. Alright. Of course, we're going to go with... So we got hip fire elemental. While not aiming, you get a 50% proc damage increase, plus 100% proc chance, plus 20% movement, plus or minus 20% spread. Elemental ammo elemental. You get the plus 200% magazine size and bonus per missing bullet. So the more rounds you fired, the higher your chances for proc and elemental proc damage will become. Then you have aiming crit, which is aim 50% faster. While aiming, you get a plus 25% bonus to crit damage and a plus 80% to plus 25% chance crit chance, plus 80% crit damage, and enemies are outlined. However, for my build, my preferred playstyle, boom, look at that, 120 rounds. 120 rounds. Oof. So that means by the time I get to the bottom third, no, bottom sixth of my magazine, I'm doing a 100% bonus damage, basically doubling my damage. All right, so Alien's Hand, plus 2% damage for every bullet missing from your magazine, max 50. Phase booster plus 30% damage and plus 15% movement speed for 4 seconds after exiting stealth, which sounds good, but it's a one and done. Unless there is a perk that will you can get that will allow you to go back into stealth after a melee kill, which I absolutely love. That is one of my favorite perks of all times. Then you have Tip Jar, excess crit damage, excess crit chance above 100%, boost crit damage by the overflow, max 20%. I think I'm going to do the Alien's Hand. Alright, so I could level up 250. It cost me less to do it manually. And both of their weapons are downgrades, so we are going to skip that. We are going to do that because hell yeah. Increase the level on that. Nope. Okay. Looks like that's about it. So for a little over half the cost, I got the same effect. Alright, this will be a good spot to start. I'll come back here and kill him first. I feel like Tony Stark in Iron Man 3. Remember when I said I'd kill you last? I lied. Alright. So these guys right here have this little glitch thing where they will rewind. They'll skip backwards. I'm not seeing any logs though. Nor am I seeing anything really worth worrying about. Oop, shit, and get out of the way of it. Ooh, yeah. Let's see here. I should pull up my Discord real quick to see what messages I keep getting. Let's see here. All right. I didn't even look to see if we... same thing I already got. What do we have in this one? All rare items. We have photon padding. Reflect 200% of damage taken back at the attacker. Blood bags. plus 50% health orb healing. Bio enhance or blast enhancer. Plus 20% grenade damage. Boy, blood bags can be helpful in at higher levels, but I use a lot of grenades when I start getting to some of the more difficult levels. Yeah. Let's blow shit up, blow shit up, blow shit up. We are going to hopefully that'll be a big enough blast to get everybody. Alright, well, I'm not seeing anything particularly difficult except for the fact that there's no room in this layout to start anonymously. Maybe right here if I do this right. Alrighty. Well, that didn't go as shittily as I expected it to. Where are you? Alrighty then. I've already got that. Is that everything? Nothing to get in this level? Well, that's disappointing. Alright, so all rare items. You got the shock absorber. Damage that breaks your shields. Does not affect your health for 15 second cooldown. Overclocked core plus 50% rate of fire for 3 seconds after reloading, which I don't do very often. Multivitamins plus 25% health plus 25% damage when at full health, which sounds good, but when you get up to the higher levels, it's not as useful because you're not as full health as often. But it is, however, the best of them. So, alright. This guy in the center here is kind of a pain in the butt. And you have these guys roaming around with those shields. They do not take ranged fire. It either has to be melee or area of effect, like grenades. Alright, if I come over here, I think I can take this guy without... Shit. Shit, wrong button. There we go. My accuracy rate on that level definitely went to hell. No bueno. Pass. Oh, the HC8 Overlord. That is a solid D tier pistol. It's slightly better than the one you start with. It's got good. It's basically this game's equivalent of a Magnum. High per shot damage, but small magazine size, small rate of fire, or low rate of fire. Leads to it being a weak, sustained fire weapon. Which, admittedly, with my ammo, with my magazine booster, that will help alleviate the small magazine size. But just too low of a rate of fire for my taste. So you got lightning, which is plus 30% lightning damage. Lightning damage applies shock, increasing crit chance for by 15%. Vitalizer plus 20% max health. Health orbs heal for 100% more. Killing enemies restores 5% of your missing health. And fire damage, which is plus 30% fire damage. Fire damage applies burn, increasing damage dealt to the target by 10% for 5 seconds. Any one of these would be really good, but because I have that perk that gives me extra damage at full health, I'm going to take this one because it makes it more likely for me to keep at full health or get back to it reasonably quickly. So superior items, we got Mark of the Prophecy. Triggering a proc grants 40% damage to your next proc within 3 seconds. Handheld vacuum. Kills grant a barrier worth 8% of your shields. Barrier decays by 4 points per second. Phase booster. 30% or plus 30% damage and 15% movement speed for 4 seconds after exiting stealth. I think we'll go with the handheld vacuum. I don't think I've tried that one before. If I have, I don't remember it. So, alright, absolutely nothing here. Standard basic grenade, which I can get for much cheaper than 210. GAC8 Overlord, which is worse than my Tritech 3SB. And the Titan 10 Hellstorm, which is a minigun slash LMG. I have it in the B tier only because it's got such a high magazine, especially with my mag boost. And it's got a high rate of fire when the chamber is fully spun up, but it takes forever to get there. And so basically you're walking around. You have to keep the thing pre-chambered the entire time. We're going to upgrade the quality of that, and do that, and that, and that. Ooh, I'm tempted. Let's re-roll Affix. We want some. There we go. We got all 4 different. Which right now isn't that big a deal, but there are perks in here where using one weapon can apply any or all of the perks that you have available to you, or any of the elemental damages you have available to you. Alright. Still not at full health, so I'm going to have to hope somebody drops full health. Alright. Mobile shield generator. That's the first time we're seeing that this playthrough. These guys shoot cryo blasts, which slow you down or possibly even freeze you in place. These guys, if you don't kill them with a headshot, their head pops off and becomes another enemy. Oh shit, that did not work out. I'm getting my ash smote. There we go. Got rid of that guy. Oh, why did you not die? That did not go well. Who have I not killed yet? I'll take that. Plasma damage versus void damage. I'll stick with the void. Alright, so, one epic item. 2 rare and 1 epic. Rare item number 1, utility belt. Minus 20% grenade cooldown. Rare item number 2, elbow pads. Plus 25% reload speed. Plus 25% damage reduction for 3 seconds after reloading. So that one's out because my primary weapon does not use much in the way of reloading. Magnetic disc. Epic. Plus 100% pickup range. Plus 6% damage per scrap. Or tech. Picked up for 5 seconds. Max 60%. Yes, please. Okay, this is going to be a good starting point. Alright, so far this level should actually be easier than the last one. I'm not seeing any logs or anything though. Is he walking away? I hate when they teleport like that. There we go. Alright. I know this is an early reload. But we got a lot of uglies left. And I don't want to be caught lacking. Oh, hey, there is a data slate in here.
The Corps has begun rerouting control protocols. Some side effect of the EMP blast it suffered. It now has access to automated subsystems it was never authorized to command. It defies reason some of these systems are not even on the network. Slips, environmental regulators. How is it reaching them?
So basically confirming what we figured out the last time we played. Come on, come down here. I'll take that. Okay, here I am reloading constantly after saying that I don't reload very often. Consistency for the win. So, nope. Nah, I think I'll keep up my frost damage. Oh, the PR-14X Eros. It is, in my opinion, not as good of a weapon as the Tritech 3SB. It's good at close range, and it's got a decent magazine size, but it's not very good at long range. However, it does have much higher level, higher damage, higher quality level. Yeah. Although that does give me 2 weapons now with void damage, which is something I typically try to avoid. And alright, that's a nope. I think I've got everything here. Alright, so 2 rares, 1 epic. Utility belt, minus 20% grenade cooldown. We've seen that several times already just this run. Hand lotion plus 5% reload speed per kill. Resetting after reloading, max 30%. Then you have the epic item, which is tactical data slate plus 60% damage to enemies under 50% health. Yeah, we'll take that one. Oh, I hate this one. You have a grenade launcher, or a rocket launcher with very little cover. You have these guys here that will shoot at you, but require melee damage to kill. And if you miss your jump, you foul. Let's see here, what is crouch? There we go. So if I grenade that guy and then turn around. Oops, I think I missed. Nope, I got him. Never mind. There I go thinking again. Alright, so I don't need... That axe might have different... Oh, wait, no, I've already got a different elemental. That's better, though. Same element, but it'll work. Alright. Ghost Blade. Oh. Alright. Two of these three are really good. I mean, technically all 3 are good. But Void perk, that would only affect 1 weapon. Have I read that one off? Plus 30% void damage. Void damage applies corruption. Reduces target damage by 20% for 8 seconds. Bot Companion, which is... Mwah, I love this one. This is one of my favorite perks. Plus 1 Bot Companion assists you in combat and will respawn after being destroyed. You can have up to 4 of these. And all the ones after this will have differing effects and abilities that will affect all of them. Then you have Ghost Blade, plus 45% melee damage. Killing a target with your melee weapon grants stealth for 5 seconds, which is... I love this one. These are my 2 favorite primary perks. Period. Bar none. Making me choose is evil. I'm going to do melee though.
Wonder if my auto stealth is based on this guy's design.
Alright, so this is a mini boss level. These things over here are spawn points. Enemies will keep spawning out of them until I kill enough of them, at which point in time the mini boss will appear, and he will continue to spawn enemies after that. Come on, give me an enemy. No. No. So as long as I can maintain this, there's the mini boss. Of course, he spawned right behind me. Fuck. Mini boss gone. I remember thinking he was a pain in the ass. I mean, he still wasn't the easiest, but he wasn't hard either. Maybe I'm just getting used to it. Alright, here we are back again. Both of these I've read before. Fire and Lightning, Bot Companion, hails to the hello, little bot companion. Let me get to his face. This is his actual face. Hello, bot companion. So we'll take our little heal here. Alright, so boomerang. 80% chance of missed shots consuming no ammo. Almost maxed out. Action figure. 20% or plus 20% crit chance on weak points. Rabbit's foot. After 2 consecutive crits, your next shot does plus 40% damage. We're going to do boomerang. Let's see here. Those are all solid notes. The Sidekick 3 AP, that is a C-class pistol. It's got good damage. It's got decent magazine size. But it's got a slow rate of fire, and it's pretty weak against enemies. It does do slightly more damage, but that's only because it's level 5 versus my level 4 PR-14. And that will go up here momentarily. Ion Driver. The Ion Driver is a B-class weapon. It's a sniper rifle. Massive damage when you charge up the shot, but it is charged shot, which is slow. And again, with these maps, you don't really have much cause for such long-range weapons. Hey Shane, how's it going? I just messed up my setup. There we go. I do need to change this a little bit. There we go. Now I can see my chat. How's it going today, Shane? Let's see here. What do we... Ooh, I can upgrade the quality of my primary. So, again, the HRC Juggernaut isn't my favorite. It's a solid B tier. But a solid B tier is a solid B tier. I mean, who are we kidding? Considering my pistol, my side weapon, secondary weapon is only a C tier. I'm not doing too bad. This will probably be a relatively short stream today. Maybe an hour or two. I'm not doing the big 24-hour charity thing. I will link Gektex though. So if you haven't, go show him a little love maybe. He's doing a rerun stream right now though. Overall though, I'm reasonably decent. Just having a little bit of fun today. All right.
Kind of feel like I'm being watched.
Kind of feel like I'm being watched. Alrighty. Stealth mode. So this is going to be an obvious start spot. So these guys, I can't remember what these guys. Oh, these guys are the fire guys. They're basically flying grenades. And there's some more of those headshot dudes. And this guy takes splash damage, so let's see if we can find a barrel. Cryo spider. Another headshot guy. Boop, boop, boop. And another flying fire grenade. Alright, so we are going to go back to the beginning, my obvious start spot, where nobody can see me. Wait and see where Mr. Stompy goes. Oh, that set everybody off. Is that everybody? Seems to be. My robot sidekick has stopped sidekicking, so. Speaking of sidekick 3 AP. That is a C tier weapon. Decent damage, decent magazine size. But again, it's kind of meh overall. Oh, I think I missed him. Let's see here. What do we get this time around? Alright, 3 rare items. Field generator, plus 20% damage resistance from enemies beyond 10 meters. Which doesn't happen much in this game. Everything's pretty close. Kaleidoscope. Elemental debuffs are 100% more powerful. Smelling salts. Plus 20% stagger when applying an elemental debuff. We're going to do Kaleidoscope. Alright. So, obvious start point is obvious. That guy will walk off here momentarily. Cryo Spider. You got your build a bot. Drop that there. All right. That didn't work the way I wanted it to. That was supposed to be a grenade shot. Where did my... There it is. I knew I had a barrel over there. Cryo Spider strikes again. Alright, let's see what we've got dropped so far. Oh, hell yeah. Is that everything in here? I think that is. Alright, so we got all rare items, knuckle dusters, plus 35% damage to melee attacks, tactical slate, plus 30% damage to enemies under 50%. Those of you who were here earlier know that I have the epic version of this equipped right now, and yes, they do stack. Monocle, plus 20% damage, and plus 35% movement speed while aiming. I spend most of my time in this game, at least in the combat portion of it, ADS, so we are going to take that. Alright, there's always a rocket launcher on this level. Oh, they got a flaming spider. Maybe we don't have a rocket launcher this time because of flame spider. I'm not seeing a rocket launcher anywhere. It's not uncommon to have that flamethrower spider dude. Oh, there he is. I knew he'd be here somewhere. Alright, so we want to not be in his range of fire when we start. Oh, but I think this is, guy's technically called a sniper bot, but he's a walking flamethrower. Alright, is the rocket launcher the only dude left? Ah, my accuracy is garbage all of a sudden. Oh, nope, there is one other guy left. Better shields. Worse. I'll take it. Overall, it'll lean into my playstyle, I think. Is that it? I mean, that's an obvious no. Alright, so... Oh... 4 different bot options. Elemental bot. Gives you a second bot companion. And all of your bots get plus 15% health and damage. Gain elemental enhancements. Receive all of your elemental damage bonuses. This is one of the things I was talking about earlier, where if you have on all 4 of your weapons 4 different elements, these things can spawn any element that you have attached. Rapid fire bot, plus 1 companion bot. So a second companion bot, plus 15% health and damage, and plus 20% fire rate, so they'll shoot faster. Powerful bot, a second companion bot, plus 15% health, plus 35% damage. I'm going to go with elemental bot. It's just overall more power in general. I mean, it's less direct power because your direct shots aren't as strong, but don't underestimate the elemental effects. Alright, so superior items. Compact bayonet. Secondary weapon procs your melee weapons damage at 80% of their own proc rate. So whatever proc chance you have, I don't remember what my secondary weapon is, but let's say it's a 30% proc rate. 80% of that would be like 28-ish percent, 27%. So I'd have a 27% chance of proccing my melee weapons elemental damage while using my secondary. Tip jar, excess crit damage above 100%, boosts crit damage by the overflow, max 20%. Recycled plastic, 10% chance to refund damaging shots, plus 5% damage per bullet refunded, resetting upon reload or weapon swap. We're going to take recycled plastic. Alright, I'm already at full health, so I don't need to buy that. Oh, the Warden. The BAS-24 Warden. Technically, I have the Warden at D tier just because the default magazine for it is so low. However, I have that plus 200% magazine multiplier. So instead of being a 2-shot, it'll be a 6-shot. And if you're close enough that I'm swapping to my secondary, all that extra damage, because it's 45 damage times 8. Each one of those has a proc chance, 50% proc chance, or plus 50% damage, plus 3.4% chance to ignite enemies, and 10% chance of proc chance. Yeah. So yeah, we are definitely replacing that. And we're going to go in here. Then we're going to upgrade that a level. Going to upgrade that a level. And I can't improve the quality of anything. This is the only thing that's not at least rare. Yeah, everything else is rare. Oh, but I don't want fire. I want something different for that one. There we go. Now we have 4 different ones. So now My bots can generate any of these 4. Any of them. Alrighty. Alright, boys. Let's go get her. Okay, so this over here is a health bot. I think that's the only thing in here that's really new. Got that quote-unquote sniper, but it's really a flamethrower. Oh. I don't want you to reload. Yeah. What do we got here? Oh, you epic melee. Ooh, that's going to recycle one of my elements, though. That's okay, I can change that. Alright, so all we got left is... So, that didn't quite go as smoothly as one would have hoped, but... What do we got? Alright, all rare items. Space heater plus 50% damage to your next shot after killing an enemy with a weak point shot. AI chip plus 35% damage to full health enemies. Biogel plus 40% proc chance for 4 seconds after using your grenade. I think I'm going to go with the AI chipset because I've already got 2 perks that will do, and that does extra damage to enemies at or below half health. So I might as well have some that do some to full health. Alright, so we got a build a bot, another build a bot, is there a second one of those? Alright. Go away. Why does everybody have to show up now? Alright, that health robot seems to be stuck on this glitched melee robot, so I'll take him out before I take anybody else out. Or before I take out... I'll take out the health robot before I take out the glitch robot. Alright. Of course he's coming back. I'm done taking my drink. Alright. That wasn't horrible. Not the best, but not the worst. It's the same thing, just electric. Okay, the MPK 17 Snapdragon is an SMG. It's if you're into like the run and gun style that really capitalizes on the elemental effects and crit chances and stuff like that, this is a good weapon to use. With your actually swap to it. 54 rounds. If I get another elemental, oh, the Rampage. The Rampage is, I have it in my S class. Let me finish my thoughts on the MPK-17. The MPK-17, when perked properly, can be like a little miniature minigun in your pocket. But that's not my current loadout. I don't have enough magazine boosters right now to make that work. However, the AS-12 Rampage is my favorite, my personal favorite secondary. It's the only secondary I have in my S tier. It is full auto, but being a secondary, it means you don't have to replace your primary, which in my case is an LMG, to get that high close range damage. It's you can damn near get infinite ammo with this thing, with the right kinds of perks. Ah, here we go. Magazine clip, or mag clip. Redundant. A clip is the thing that you use to help load the magazine, for the people who don't know. But plus 50% magazine capacity, minimum 1. Small antenna, grenades mark enemies, increasing damage taken by 50% for 5 seconds. Pesticide spray, plus 25% elemental damage to enemies with a different elemental debuff, which is one of the reasons why I try to run a different element in every slot. Because when you have, especially with my bots that can now use all the elements I have, that can actually be quite potent. But I'm going to do mag clip. Oh, I hate this one. So, see all these spots on the walls? This is the only door that doesn't have one. But those are all spawn points. And anything, if somebody dies by falling over the edge, you lose whatever they dropped, because you cannot go get it. Alright, yeah, Flaming Nosferatu. Bashta Narada. There we go. Apparently I no can word today. This is why I love my melee stealth build. Alrighty. Ooh. Yep. Nope. All these are solid nopes. Now see, this is what I was talking about. One of my things I should have gotten fell down the side. Alright, so we have backstab. Plus 45% melee damage, plus 50% more melee damage when backstabbing. Empowered Overload, plus 15% max health. When at full health, overhealing grants damage bonus for the next 8 seconds. Critical Bastion, plus 20% health, max health. When falling below 35% health, gain a shield equal to 25% of your max health for 5 seconds. I'm going to go with Critical Bastion. I have a feeling that's going to be the most useful. Alright, so superior items. We have Heat Coil, plus 40% damage resistance to your next hit taken, 30-second countdown or cooldown. Impact Fuse, plus 25% damage to grenade damage to enemies above 75 or 70% health. Rabbit Foot, after 2 consecutive crits, your next shot does plus 40% damage. I think I'm going to do Impact Fuse. We're getting into that range where nades are more useful. Let's see here. All those are worse than what I've already got, so we'll skip all that. Can't upgrade the quality. I can up the level. Let's re-roll that. Alright, Plasma, I'll take it. Oh. I'm a little disappointed I can't upgrade my primary weapon or my grenade. But you know what? That's not bad. Alrighty. Can we see out? Now, usually I'm pretty good at figuring out where we're sitting. I'm gonna have to guess, but I think this is Asia rolling into Africa here. I think. I can't tell. I don't want to sit here and wait for it to scroll around. Alright. Got some more flaming Vashta Naradas. Void spiders. They suck because, literally, they will pull you in. Keep you from moving. Alright, we'll drop you there for the annoying shield bot. Shit. Where's the shield generator at? Alright, let's go see what we got. The MPK-47 Blitz. I also have that on the A tier. It's a very high rate of fire. It's great if you like to do stat or elemental builds. But honestly, I can get a similar effect to that with my AS-12 Rampage, just from how many shots come out of it. Yeah, it's just, in my opinion, for my play style, it's not as good. Let's see here. Do I have anything back here? Doesn't look like it. Nope, that's it. That's the only thing that dropped this entire level. So let's see what we get. More rare items. Helium canister, plus 20% damage while airborne, holding the jump button while airborne slows your descent. Hero mask, plus 30% crit chance while under 50% magazine capacity. Precision disruptor, that's plus 35% to ranged enemies. None of these are particularly good for my particular method of play. I'm going to go ahead and do precision disruptor, but it's the only thing I got that doesn't completely suck for this build. Alright, got some build-a-bots. Got some flamethrowers, another build-a-bot. Flaming Vashta Narata. We're going to set you there. Let's see if we can find another. Not up there, we won't. I suppose I could technically just melee him. Alright, so we want all these other bots to go away before we start. Go away. We don't want you here. Go away. Man. We are popular today. I'll tell you what. Just get those guys to leave and we get our flaming spiders to come back. Holy. This is BS game. This is straight up BS. All right. Yeah, I hate replicating weapons, but God only knows when I'll be allowed to upgrade that again. Alrighty. So photon padding again, which is reflects 20% or 200% of the damage taken back at your attacker. Barbed grenade plus 50% grenade damage against a single target. Quick load adapter plus 50% reload speeds when your magazine is empty. I'm gonna do photon padding. I would normally have done grenade in that one, but I wanted to try photon padding. I've never actually tried it. So we'll take some of the emotional support barrels, find some people that need them. So it looks like 2 ways in. One here, one there. Up 3 ways in. There's one over there as well. Alright. Go ahead and put that there. If I remember correctly, this level typically has 2 mini bosses pop in it, so we are going to prep for them. Is that all the barrels? I thought we had more. I guess there I go thinking again, right? There's our mini boss, or one of them. Who are we missing? That's both mini bosses down. Oh, we got a guy over here somewhere. Alright, so what do we got? Plus 20%. Lower health bonus. Higher elemental damage bonus. Better shield. I think I'm going to keep the health. Nope. Nope. What are you? MPK Snapdragon. I've already covered why I'm not taking that one. That's a definite nope. Alright, so our options. Powerful bot, because that'll give me a third bot companion. They'll all get plus 15% health and plus 35% damage on top of all the other perks that they already have. War Stride, plus 45% melee damage, plus 20% lunge range, and plus 15% melee attack radius. Orbital Infusion, plus 15% health. Health orbs are automatically collected. Collecting one increases weapon damage by 35%. I think I'm going to take bot. Sure, this is 20. Okay, so this is another mini boss. I don't. This guy is a pain. Pain, I say. Wow, that was surprisingly easy. Usually he's much harder than that. That may be the easiest I've ever seen that mini boss go down. Alright, so War Stride, I've already read that one before. Orbital Infusion, I've read before. Honed Edge, plus 45% melee damage, plus 40% proc on melee weapons. Alright. I'm gonna do Honed Edge. For those who do not, well, I'll cover that here in a minute. See your superior items. Gunblade, melee weapon procs your secondary weapon element at 6% of its own proc rate. Blood Vial, plus 0.2% damage for each enemy killed. Bonus resets upon death. Max 50%. Hot Sauce, plus 0.8% damage per missing point of health. I don't think I've ever actually taken this one. Alright. So those are all no. Well, let's see what we got in upgrades. Yeah, it's cheaper just to do it that way. Alright, so as I was saying, starting to say, I've got three major perks, or primary perks. Vitalizer, which so all the perks that will fall under that will be health based. Bot Companion, so all my perk options for that one will fall into that category. and Ghost Blade. That's one that allows me to melee and turn everything back into and go back into stealth after a melee kill. So everything I get, all the perks I get from now on, will be directly related to Vitalizer, Bot Companion, or Ghost Blade. And I've got room for 2 more superior items. Yeah, that's... I really wish I could upgrade this Juggernaut. But for whatever reason, it's just not letting me. So...
Something down there has the answers I need. A path back to my body. A way to save the remaining colonists.
You're assuming you ever had a body to get back to. I make no such assumption. Flaming Nashta Varata. Or Vashta Naratu. Might help if I say it properly. Another Flaming Vashta Naratu. And that one's got a health thing on him. That's not helpful. Oh, here we... Oh. I'm not going to be able to see it until I can't remember what they're called in game. I call them influencers because the minute you walk around a corner and they can see you, you have to focus on them. You cannot look at anything else. They need all the attention. Therefore, they are influencers.
Maybe this log has some answers. Probably not.
Well, I managed to collect it. I can't read it until I get rid of that influencer. We're going to come back up here. Oh, fuck, I never reloaded. That might come in handy. Alright, wait for this guy to go away. Oh. Alright, nobody else can see me. Fucking let me look at something else. I'm gonna die. Alright, that wasn't the prettiest in the world, but it got the job done. And that is basically the same thing I have now. The only difference is void damage over debuff damage. I will keep the debuff damage. Let's see what this log says. Dr. Edith H. My coffee unit is down. My coffee unit is down. This is exactly the kind of thing we pay that moron Janice to fix. Or isn't this the exactly the kind of thing we pay that moron Janice to fix? Everybody's running around whispering that it's the core, but let's be honest, my money's still on Janice. Somebody don't like Janice. Alright, let's see what perk we're getting here. Or, excuse me, items. Front load. Plus 40% damage to your from your first bullet. Area detonator. Plus 20% grenade explosion radius. Smelling salts. Plus 20% stagger when applying an elemental debuff. We're going to do the explosion radius. Because I love me some nades. Got some Vashta Narada up here. I'm honestly... Up there's one. I knew there'd be one somewhere. And of course it's up in here. Let me back around the corner. There we go. Now I can control myself again. Got a health bot. Okay, so apparently they do have a range limit because he's not affecting me from here. I have no idea what achievement I just unlocked, but... Alright. Not perfect, but it worked. Level 8 grenade, which is what I got. Looks like the only difference is my current one has better crit damage. Plasma Seeker isn't that big of a bonus. Alright, Tesla skis. Plus 100% movement for 3 seconds after taking damage, 10-second cooldown. Hand lotion plus 5% reload speed per kill, resetting after reloading. Rubber band minus 40% hit spread from hip fire. Let's do rubber band. None of those are particularly interesting for me.
Are they just throwing out the brains? Are they collecting them? What's the point?
The point is they're turning the people into robots. We figured that out already. Hey, all right. Oh, this is going to suck. That wasn't the button I wanted. Where is he? Whoops. I keep missing my ramp somehow. Is that everything? Nothing else worth getting up here, it looks like. Nope, that's just glow. Oh. I keep hoping they're going to give me the VLR 72 Tempest at some point, but they're not going to. Alright, rapid fire robot. That'll give me my fourth companion. Plus 15% health and damage, plus 20% fire rate. War stride, plus 45% melee damage, plus 20% melee lunge rate, and 15% melee attack radius. Blood chemist, plus 15% health, plus 0.5% damage for every 1% of missing health. I think we'll take the last bot. Compact bayonet. Most of these I've already done. The only one I haven't mentioned, the only one I haven't read out so far is ammo surplus. That's 3%, 3 seconds of no ammo consumption after killing an enemy. And the way I've been doing my stealth stuff lately.
Goods.
Show me the goods. Yeah, it's nothing here I want. Let me upgrade. I'm annoyed it won't let me upgrade my primary weapon. Alright. Sector 24. Got some Vashtas. Got an influence over here. Some void spiders. Okay, so that's about the range. Oh, there's another one. See if I can work around. Alrighty. Well, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. Alrighty. I don't think I dropped anything back here. Let's see here. Ooh, which one would I rather have? Electrical or was this plasma? Yeah, plasma. Electrical or plasma? I'm gonna stick with plasma. Plasma balls have a chance of affecting targets other than your primary one. So, all right, we have 2 rares and 1 epic. The rare items are targeting array. That's plus 20% stagger chance on weak point hits. Small antenna, which I've read before. Grenades mark enemies. Hammer of the Artisan's Forge. Plus 2 weapon quality upgrades at the fabricator. Maybe now I can finally upgrade my frickin' primary, assuming I can get to another fabricator. Alright, well, got an influencer over there. Got that floating bad boy. I've got second influencer. Alright, that didn't go too badly. Let's see what we got. Same thing. Void tendrils. Mark enemies, but they don't typically survive long enough for that to make a difference, so we are going to skip that. That's too low level. This will be too low level. Yep. Even if it was a weapon I liked. Well, if it was a primary weapon I liked, I might swap it. But alright, so 2 rares and 1 epic. Ammo auto factory. Picking up scrap replenishes ammo. Elemental catalyst plus 15% damage to enemies for each elemental debuff applied to them. Epic. Targeting goggles plus 40% crit chance. Yeah. $25.
Seems like the doctors were just as much victims as everyone else on this ship.
Got some Vashta Narada. Got a health. Some more Vashta Narada. We're going to set that there. Maybe I can take out both those with 1 shot. Oh, a shield guy. Shield carrier. I hate shield carriers. Why won't you die? Well, none of that went particularly well, but I survived. So there's that. So what do we got? Hammering the gap, plus 45% melee damage. Consecutive melee hits increase melee damage by 20%, max 100. War Stride, plus 45% melee damage, plus 20% melee lunge distance, and 15% attack radius. Blood Chemist, plus 15% max health, plus 0.5% damage for every 1% health missing. Alright, so both of these go with the stealth attack one, and this one goes with the vitality one. We are going to go hammering the gap. Nope, that's the button I needed. So yeah, I've got one more spot left in hammer under Ghost Blade, and 2 spots left under Vitalizer. Superior item. Laser pointer, plus 15% chance to mark enemies within 10 meters of slain target, increasing damage taken by 50% by 10 for 5 seconds. Excuse me. Zen Garden, kills refund 1 bullet. Non-lethal rounds grant 50% damage to your next shot. Bolos, plus 20% chance to do 100% grenade damage. Yeah. Alright. So then, all that's a pass. I will take some of that there health though. Yes, I can finally upgrade. All hails yeah. Oh yeah. Alrighty. This is actually a pretty decent loadout. It's not my best, but still good. A little bit of lag there. Alright, so we got a health bot. Got some build-a-bots over here. Shield guy. Another build-a-bot. Where did he go? Where is the health bot at? Oh, there he is. We're gonna wait a second. Hey. Or, I guess we won't be waiting a second. Well, not the prettiest, but you got the job done. Yeah, so no... Well, I'm not even looking. Those are all lower level. Let's see here. Ballistic helmet plus 25% weak point damage. Front load plus 40% damage from your first bullet. Probability cube plus 1 Apex reroll. That's Fabricator. I don't think I need to do... Yeah, all my stuff has different. So short of getting a VLR 72 Tempest, my loadout ain't going to be changing none. Hey, look, an influencer. Alright. Oh, wait for all these walking guys to go around. Shit, I'm over the 2-hour mark. Well, almost 2 hours in the for this actual run, but it's a little over 2 hours since I started the stream. Okay, they're all gone. So we're going to do that, followed by that. Followed by that. Why won't you fire? Woof. Alrighty. That's not high enough level. That's not high enough level. No, this is high enough level for me to... I thought I saw a legendary drop earlier, but apparently I didn't. Alright, so... Orbital backstab. I've read all these before. I'm going to go ahead and take the orbital infusion. So, we have 2 spots left that we can take. One for the Vitalizer and one for Ghost Blade.
This place looks like it smells.
Only the one log so far this round. Hey, more spawn points. Alrighty then. What do we got over here? I will take that. Alright. So we have small antenna, which I read before, wrist veins, which is plus 40% melee damage for 3 seconds after dashing. Elemental catalyst, plus 15% damage to enemies for each elemental debuff applied to them. We're going to do wrist veins. Alright, now if I remember correctly, when I step through this one, I do not cloak. Oh yeah, they're already firing on the guy. Nope, okay. Worth a try. I don't think they're doing any actual damage, so I'm going to go ahead and... Oh, shit.
This guy are there.
This is where I died last time. Oh shit. Oh, don't. I'm dead. Oh, there's the shock. I am going to die here, though. Because I have no health left. Yep, there we go. And there's the end of my stream. So we're going to go spend our points. And then I'm going to call it. Alright.
This time, I've got it. Hello again, my friend.
So, we got the... That's right, we got 3 new ones. Let's see here, new items. Multivitamins. Area detonator. So I did take a few new ones. Let's see here, got some new superior items. Well, a new superior item. So then, I've got 696 points, so I can buy 6 of them because they're 100 points apiece. Increase sprint speed. I really want that one. Or that one. I'll take that. And that. Let's see here. I got 2 more I can get. Alright, superior items. These are just the ones I can upgrade. Alright. I didn't bother looking to see what all I could upgrade. I don't think I maxed anything out though. Oh, I did. Zen Garden is maxed. So is preserved. Oh, I've got a few of them maxed out now. Nice. Alright, well. That is it. I'm officially calling it. I'm a little over 2 hours. So, thanks for joining. Thanks to Shane for stopping by. Anybody else that happened to be lurking. Like, follow, subscribe. Have a nice one.